Has Twitter bungled its legal strategy here? One is, like Facebook, went to the court saying we're not okay with your law, with your new rules on end-to-end encryption and wanting us to go and try and tell you who sent the message. We want to challenge this in court. So they're challenging it. We'll find out from a court whether or not they agree with what Facebook is saying or whether they agree with what the government is saying. Twitter here says, I don't like this, I will not do it. Is Twitter trying to appear to be above the law by saying, yeah, we are trying to follow your guidelines, but this is what we'll do. This person is not directly housed inside the Twitter architecture. He's taken on as a consultant. The government says, we told you what our guidelines are and you don't seem to be following them.
Rahul, if you're going to ask a lawyer who's not retained by Twitter whether their strategy is good or not to get hired, I might say, yes, it's not good until they hire me. But jokes aside, I will say that it is true that they must comply with the rules until the rules have been either annulled by the parliament, which is still a possibility. It is a subordinate legislation. Parliament hasn't met. There are 30 days. These rules can be amended or annulled as per the parliamentary procedure. The second is, of course, that these rules have been challenged by a variety of other parties in several high courts, and there's a likelihood of the matter going to the Supreme Court. It would be right to say that they should have challenged it and that continue to do whatever they are doing and the discussions here happening. As much as I know, they have appointed somebody in the interim, and one of the problems which everybody is going to face, whether they have the threshold of 5 million users or they don't, or they have whatever they can comply with, is this criminal liability. I think you can't take away the idea that India is not the only country dealing with disinformation and misinformation. Everybody's dealing with the same problems. Everybody's trying to address these issues, but no country is trying to put criminal liability on employees of a platform. They can be subjected to large fines, they can be damages, etc., like everyone else is doing. The second part I will say is that there is a lot of theater happening. We've never seen government trying to negotiate this on Twitter, through letters, through this and that. The ministry or the government or any statements don't determine whether somebody is an intermediary and whether they can take away the legal shield or not. It's not the first time, whether it's Twitter or any other platform, has been made a party in a criminal complaint. They have been fighting a lot of cases all around the country. I've represented some platforms, not Twitter. But what happens is that when they show up in the court and court says, hey, you've been now implicated in this, what did you do? They say, oh, we have a legal safe harbor provision here. And that is what the IT Act provides here. The purpose here is that the government tries to pretend that they're all doing it for user rights. But we all know that all political parties, if the source of misinformation was to be traced, a lot of this is political content, not everyday users. Second, parties like Twitter or platforms need to be more transparent and accountable about how they do certain things and content blocking happens. Third, all of this can't be just done between this public theater, which everybody is doing, without taking into account that users' rights are at stake. There is a lot of blocking of information happening. There is a lot of content takedown happening. And everybody uses it for the purpose of saying, oh, we're only doing it for women's rights, we're only doing it for...
No, but that's not correct, because, for example, a cartoonist, Manjul, had a notice sent to him from Twitter saying that you've put out content which has been flagged to us by the government of India. So the charge that the government will need to deal with, Arvind Gupta, is that it's